Hi y'all. This video is just to give you a brief introduction to the shape of our D2L course. You'll find that D2L will be set up a little differently across each of your classes, so it's important to familiarize yourself with how different faculty are using it. This video is just for our class. The first thing you'll see when you log onto the class each week is the weekly announcement. Each week will start Monday morning at 12:01 a.m., and this is when you'll see a new announcement pop up. In that announcement, I'll remind you of the times when I can meet and go over everything you'll need to get done that week, just so you have a quick place to see what to expect. From there, you can move to actually access the class material. I will try to put links in the announcement, but you can also easily navigate to our material. One thing I want you to know is that most of what you'll need to get by in this class can be found by clicking Content on the top menu. That brings up this table of contents on the left-hand side of the screen, and this is where all of our course modules are. You can click some of the other things on this top toolbar to see discussion boards and assignments, but in general, that is going to make things more confusing for you. Instead, follow along with the weekly modules I set up, and I'll always do my best to make sure that things are easy to navigate and all kept together. You'll see that the first module is Start Here, and that's your introduction to me and to the D2L class. The second is a doc with information about how to contact me and when I'll always be free to answer questions or talk about work. Next is Important Documents. Everything in this folder will be available elsewhere, but I wanted to make sure that there was one place where you'll find the syllabus, the grade contract we'll discuss together, the reading log template that you'll fill out several times this semester, and the various events calendars on campus. I'll probably add more documents important to this class as this semester goes on. Next is how to use D2L. This video will be housed there, but more importantly, there's a folder with links to the Lone Star Virtual Student Assistance Center. These are documents that can answer some questions that many students have when they're first trying to navigate D2L, or maybe things you'll need refreshers on. Next is suggestions and questions. This module includes a Google Doc of questions that students have asked in the past. So if you want to know the answers to any of these common questions, you can use the table of contents and click through. There's also a doc of suggestions from my former students about being successful in this class and in college. There are 2 discussion boards. And for both of them, you can post anonymously and connect to other students about general topics of concern instead of just classwork. The first, Suggestions for Learning, Motivation, and Success, is a place where you can share concerns you have about school so far, especially if you need some encouragement or if you have some ideas for how people can keep up their motivation. The second, Questions, is for any questions you have about this class or assignments. You can, of course, contact me with questions, but this way allows you to do it so that other students can benefit from the answer. And with the anonymous function, they won't know it's you. Next is weekly work, and this is the module that will house all our weekly modules. Probably this is where you'll spend the most time. Each week, I'll open a new module with that week's activities. Notice, please, that when you just click Weekly Work, you won't see any detail about the assignments in the Week 1 module. But when I click on Week 1, all of the extra text is visible. Next, you won't see this yet, but once we have major assignment sheets, I'll post them in a module. I'll also repost some course activities and readings that I think you'll probably want to revisit when you're working on a major assignment. Next is where I'll post major assignment drop boxes. These will always be available in the week they're due, but this will make it easier for anyone who needs to take a little extra time to find the spot to turn it in. Next is Links About Writing, which is a collection of links that will give you grammar tips, editing tips, and generally things that I think can be helpful. Next is college support resources, where I've posted some resources from tutoring to food availability to counseling that might be helpful to you. Finally, you'll see a module with a link to the Office of Technology Services. Remember, you'll need to complete assignments in Microsoft Word, which is software that LSC will provide to you. Just go to the OTS website or visit them, and they'll help you out. When you turn in work to drop boxes each week or when you write on a discussion board, you'll be able to see my feedback by clicking grades and then make sure to read my comments. I won't be able to leave a lot of comments on everything you do, but I'll try to make sure that at least once a week you'll get some feedback from me about how you're doing. So please make sure you check regularly. There is more to D2L, like the email feature up here, and using the class list located here under collaboration to find and contact classmates. Remember, there are documents in the how to use D2L section about doing all of these things. So just make sure to check them out if you're unsure how to do any of it. And that is our D2L for this semester.